if I believe and try, I can be happy with me. It's so hard to be confident in your abilities, but everyone has a special talent in which they can believe.
Welcome back, dun, 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 dun. Hey, to our July 4th show here on the Children's Corner. As always, I'm John Carrington.
And I'm Victory Swift. Thank you for coming.
Victory! Yeah! July 4th, 1776, Independence Day. We declared our independence from Great Britain, and of course, we're going to have a show that's going to reflect that, and we're going to have a lot of fun on the Children's Corner.
A lot of fun today.
Yeah, a lot of fun. It's always filmed here at Kenzo's Yogi Magic Shop, Kenzo's Yogi Magic Mart, here in beautiful Federal Hill, corner of Hamburg and South Charles Street. We're going to take a break and we'll be right back, and by that time I'll untangle my tongue and I'll be able to sing the Star Spangled Banner. Who knows? All right, let's keep going.
Yes, we will shut up.
What's going on here? Ah, gee, what's the big idea, Uncle Popeye? You spoiled our 4th of July.
Listen, kids, fireworks is too dangerous. I'm gonna see that you has a safe and sane 4th of July.
Who wants to be safe? Yeah, and who wants to be sane?
Just a minute, kids, and we'll all play some nice games.
Come on, Uncle Pop, let's play baseball.
That's a good game. Let's go. Okay, boys, here comes me famous Dipsky Doodle drop pitch. Strike one.
Come on, let's get our fireworks and have some real fun.
These hot dogs will be barking in a minute. We're gonna have a nice drive in the country.
That's swell, Uncle Popeye.
And away we go, boys. It's beautiful. Why, them rascals, they double-crossed me. Look out! Me house!
Help! Uncle Popeye! Oh boy, this is fun! Yeah, it's safer than shooting off fireworks.
Oh, Victorious, pay attention. What are your thoughts on the 4th of July? You know what I think about when I see the 4th of July? I think about the fireworks shows. But I don't know, that's just me, okay? Boys and girls, what are your favorite things to do on the 4th of July? Anybody like to go anywhere?
Shoot fireworks. TV.
TV! Hey, there you go, there's the guy. You got my heart, TV. Yes. Burgers, cookouts. Mmm. All right, Victorious?
Play with toys.
Play with toys, 4th of July. I mean, it's a great toy season. You know, they promote a lot of toys during the 4th of July. I have this whole yo-yo collection. Most of those toys were advertised during the summer months because children had nothing to do typically because they were out of school and they would sell all these yo-yos, babaloops, different. I collected those. All right, okay. What's your favorite thing for the 4th of July?
Go outside.
Go outside. And, you know, the weather's really warm in the 4th of July. All right, what's your favorite 4th of July activity?
Go to the circus.
Julia finds a circus somewhere in America that she can visit on the 4th. I wish I was in your family. There's always a circus somewhere. All right, Hercules, what's your favorite 4th of July activity?
Friends, play friends.
Oh, his friends. Friends do get together at the beach and at the park and at people's homes for cookouts, and it's a lot of fun, isn't it?
Yes,
it is. Okay, Julia?
Staying up late.
Staying up late on the 4th. You know, the fireworks don't start until it gets dark.
That's right, 9 o'clock.
So you have to
8 or
stay up
9
late
o'clock, that's right,
to see the
enjoy
fun.
them. Exactly.
All right. What's your favorite thing, Victory?
Sitting up on the roof of our
Up
house,
on the roof.
watching the fireworks from across the way without the crowd.
Without the
I love
crowd.
that piece.
All right, Victorious, you got a surprise for us.
I don't know what after that's the zoo.
The zoo. That's a
zoo,
good place
yes,
to go on
that's
the
a good
4th
place
of
to go on
July.
the 4th of July.
All right, where do you like to go on the 4th of July, Gordon?
Legs.
Six
Flags.
Flags.
Oh.
Bum, 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 bum,
Yes.
bum, 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 bum. You know who I mean. You know who I mean. Six Flags of America. Idea why we celebrate the 4th of July?
I think it's because of our freedom.
Our freedom. That is so precious. Victorious?
So we can have a lot of fun for the children.
Well, it wasn't fun at the time. You know, they raised the price of tea, and that was a biggie back in colonial days. I mean, because after all, everybody enjoyed tea. Pip, pip, patio, boy. It's one of the traditions that we brought over from the motherland. And of course, when they raised the price of tea, a lot of people got upset. And they said, we want our independence. How can you tax us? You don't even live here. We're growing things, and you're taxing us for your tea. No.
Taxation without
We want
representation.
taxation without representation. We want our freedom. And so on July 4th, 1776, some brave men, especially John Hancock, wrote his name in big letters on a document called the Declaration of Independence.
And on that note, we're going to go to a clip.
We're going to take a clip.
Yes,
Take a clip.
One second.
USS Constellation. There's a grand lady in Baltimore who has taken her rightful place as the Inner Harbor's crown jewel in the heart of the Chesapeake Bay. Launched in 1854 as the last all-sail ship designed and built for the United States Navy, Constellation's century of service embraced the ages of sail, steam, gas, diesel, and nuclear power. Imagine that, launched in 1854 and still afloat. Even more exciting, visitors can come aboard Constellation and explore to their heart's content. On board Constellation, history comes alive as visitors touch, feel, and experience what life was like for sailors during the Civil War. Just bring your imagination. Constellation is the second of 3 U.S. Navy vessels to carry the same venerable name. The first, the frigate Constellation, was built right here in Baltimore at Harris Creek and launched in 1797. Known as the Yankee Racehorse, the frigate Constellation was one of the first 6 ships built by the United States Navy. The ship you see here, the sloop of war Constellation, was built at the Gosport Navy Yard in Portsmouth, Virginia, and launched in 1854. A newspaper account from the day of her launch reported that there were 8 pieces of the original frigate Constellation contained within her timbers. The third Constellation was the aircraft carrier CV-64. Launched in 1960, she served until 2003. President Ronald Reagan called her America's flagship. But it's the sloop of war Constellation that's here in Baltimore today, and the Chesapeake Bay has always been central to her story.
Throughout her century of service, Constellation served in and out of the Chesapeake Bay. It was kind of like coming home every time she returned to the Chesapeake Bay. She was created here at Gosport Navy Yard. And throughout her career, she came to Annapolis. She spent many years there. She sailed to Philadelphia. She sailed up and down the bay several times. And every time that she returned, it was like a homecoming for her.
Constellation's early career is perhaps her proudest and most exciting. From 1855 to 1858, she sailed the Mediterranean to protect American interest and show the flag. From 1859 to 1861, she served as flagship of the U.S. African Squadron, cruising off the western coast of Africa in pursuit of American slave ships.
The most important thing that people learn on this ship that very few had ever heard of was the ship's relationship to the African Squadron. That this country did have at sea, before the Civil War, a fleet of ships designed solely to free slaves who'd been captured and were on their way to the Western Hemisphere.
Constellation captured 3 slave ships, Delicia, Cora, and Triton. Cora alone carried a human cargo of 705 captive Africans. While Constellation was flagship, the U.S. African Squadron captured 14 slave ships and freed almost 4,000 Africans destined for slavery in the Americas. During the Civil War, Constellation served once again in the Mediterranean, where she protected U.S. commerce, took part in the blockade against the Confederate raider Sumter, and showed the flag throughout the Mediterranean world. 1865 saw the end of Constellation's active sea service. From 1871 to 1893, home once again in the Chesapeake Bay, Constellation served as the practice ship for the midshipmen at the United States Naval Academy, where she earned the nickname the Cradle of Admirals. Constellation's cruising grounds stretched from Annapolis northward to Newport, Rhode Island, as the ship provided the future leaders of the United States Navy their summers of sail training at sea. In 1878, Constellation, along with the USS Constitution, sailed to Le Havre, France, carrying American exhibits for display at the Paris exhibition. In 1880, Constellation's guns were removed, her inner compartments reconfigured, and her hold filled with 500 tons of food and clothing destined for the relief of famine in Ireland. She departed from New York on March 30th and arrived in Queenstown, Ireland 3 weeks later. English and Irish dignitaries, including the Duke of Edinburgh himself, celebrated Constellation's mission of mercy. So come aboard USS Constellation, and while you're here in Baltimore, be sure to visit these other attractions of the Chesapeake Bay Gateways Network. The Baltimore Visitor Center, a good place to start your tour of this historic city and region. The National Aquarium on Pier 3 near the USS Constellation Museum. The Lightship Chesapeake, and 7-Foot Knoll Lighthouse, both part of the Baltimore Maritime Museum. The Frederick Douglass Isaac Myers Maritime Park and Museum, headquarters of the Living Classrooms Foundation. Fells Point, an early American shipbuilding center, and the Fells Point Maritime Museum. And of course, Fort McHenry National Monument, where the people of Baltimore valiantly defended the city from the British during the War of 1812, and Baltimore's own Francis Scott Key wrote our national anthem, the Star-Spangled Banner. So welcome aboard USS Constellation and enjoy your visit to the historic sites of the Chesapeake Bay Gateways Network.
That was a very interesting clip.
Very historical.
I like that.
Yes.
All right. Anybody else know anything about American history, especially during the colonial times, early America? Okay. Yes.
Our flag.
Our flag. Ah, that flag. That's a grand old flag. Many people may not realize it, but that wonderful Star-Spangled Banner of ours was hovering over Fort McHenry during a very special occasion, the War of 1812, 1814. Well, we had the battle. The British came back.
Right. They came back.
Sometimes you defeat an enemy, but they come back.
They come back.
They sailed up the coast and they burned the White House. And
White House.
The White House is where the president lives.
where-
President of the United States. America was attacked by the British during the War of 1812. And thank goodness, old buddy, old pal, we're not sipping tea.
What
We
war
won.
won?
Yes.
And they sailed up the Chesapeake and they stopped off at North Point, and they had a little battle there at North Point, and they lost that battle. They got back on their boats and they attempted to bombard Fort McHenry.
Yes.
And of course, Francis Scott Key wrote a very famous song. It starts off, "Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light. Oh, say can you see." And that wonderful flag was sewn by a woman named Murray Pickersgill, who was from Baltimore. And she was a seamstress, and she created that wonderful flag that flew over Fort McHenry. So a lot of our history focuses on flags, and of course, we all know that Baltimore played a very important role in America retaining its independence. And of course, the local merchants sank their boats in the mouth of the river to keep the British from going upshore and attacking other cities along the shore. And of course, when they fought at North Point, they lost that battle. And then, of course, the bombardment of Fort McHenry failed. So we ended up staying a free nation because of some very, very brave people who gave their lives in early 1800s right here in Bowling.
Right here in
Let's
Bowling.
applaud all of our heroes. 4th of July is our Declaration of Independence Day, but it's also a time to remember our heroes. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hail the sun was
Action.
Oh, and they're good. I mean, that group, a cappella, singing the
Wonderful.
Star Spangled Banner.
Ooh, I've never heard it like that.
That's talent
Wonderful,
for you.
yes, that's talent for you. Better than ours.
Well, and plus they memorize every word and hit every note.
And that helps a lot, doesn't it?
Well, put the two together and you have music.
Yeah, music.
Well, there's a song called The Grand Old Flag, and I wonder if anybody knows that song.
Is there
Oh,
Grand Old Flag?
Hercules. All right.
Who's the Grand Old
All
Flag?
right, okay, well, why don't you two help us? Why don't you lead the Grand Old Flag? It's a grand old flag, it's a flag, na 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 na. It's the emblem of the land we love, the home of the free and the brave. Every heart beats true for the red, white, and blue. Na 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 na. Should old acquaintance be forgot? Keep your eyes on that grand old, eyes on the grand old, eyes on the grand old flag. All right, yeah, there you go.
And reach underneath and grab the bottom half.
Grab the bottom. Wait, so it's grabbing it this year? Grab the bottom.
Grab the bottom. Grab the bottom half.
Everybody grab the bottom. Not everybody. It was Sojourner.
What did she say on the way? Very good. Alright, my port side. Once again, walk toward me, grab my end, reach down and grab underneath. Wonderful. This is when we begin to fold. We're going to start off by putting just a tiny fold. I'm going to start you guys off. We're going to fold it in triangle. Okay? Forward. Okay, this corner. No. This corner. Grab it. So I'm holding them up. Toward his hand. There you go. This corner. I had to come over here. There we go. You guys got it.
Everyone is being such a good, quiet person. I could tell from across the ship that you were all being good. Everyone's getting sleep. Alright, everybody's getting sleep.
Make sure you hold it nice and tight.
Okay. Alright, so across the ship, you're all being excellent. Everyone's getting good. I can tell people across the ship you're all being good listeners. I got the same color again. Good job. I gave you one then. I got two stickers. I'm a guy too. I didn't get two. I didn't get a sticker. I know, because you were all being listeners and paying attention. I can tell before you lost the ship. Nina? Eric gets what you choose. Eric gets to match my shirt. I got this match. Okay, Dora, you go to you hold this one to make sure it stays folded.
Hold it nice and firm.
Remember, they have to say it. They have to say it.
There was no. You guys did a wonderful job.
Oh man, that was a 4th of July show. I mean, we enjoyed that. Did everybody have fun?
Yeah.
All right. Boy, I tell you, and there was so much excitement. I mean, I felt like I was in the middle of the fireworks.
Yes.
Whoa, oh,
Yes.
ouch, ooch.
In the middle.
Yeah, it was fun. Well, we're going to have a lot of fun next time on the Children's Corner. We want to remind you to visit us every week at this time so that you can see the Children's Corner and find out what we'll be doing next.
That's right.
Everybody, let's wave goodbye to all of our friends because they're coming back.
And thank you for coming.
Thank you.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Okay, now.
No, no.
Why did you give that direction?
Is that somebody's diamond earring on the floor?
Hi, welcome to the Children's Corners News. I'm your host, Letitia. I'm here at the zoo today. One of the lions just got loose. This is not good.
Hi, we're at the North Pole with Santa Claus. Just a minute ago, the reindeer ran over Santa Claus. How could this have happened? He just was walking out of his home, and there the reindeer, boom, all over him. Oh no, he has to go to the North Pole Hospital. That's really sad. No more presents for Christmas.
Hi, welcome to the Children's Corner. I'm your reporter, Maria Primack. Right now, we're in the White House. Now, we're going to talk to the President, Barack Obama. So, Barack Obama, what do you have to say about the Children's Corner? He thinks that he loves the Children's Corner and all the knowledge that we give.
H-A-P-P-Y, if I believe and try, I can be happy with me. It's so hard to be confident in your abilities, but everyone has a special talent in which they can believe. H-A-P-P-Y, if I believe and try, I can be